Welcome to Arsenal Report, your daily source for all things Arsenal FC. From match updates and transfer talk to behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. If you're a true gunner, this is your home. Hit subscribe and join the pride. Victory through harmony. Let's get started. Wayne Rooney was hugely critical of Arsenal as they were beaten 1-0 by Paris Saint-Germain in the first leg of their Champions League semi-final clash. An early strike from Ousmane Dembele proved to be the winner, with PSG emerging victorious at the Emirates. Arsenal will now have to come from behind in the second leg at the Parc des Princes next week if they are to reach the final for the first time since 2006, when they were beaten 2-1 by Barcelona. And Rooney, who won the tournament with Manchester United in 2008, has taken aim at Arsenal over their approach to the fixture. Rooney was working on the game as a pundit for Amazon Prime and had 5 main criticisms of Arsenal. Declan Rice attempted to inspire his teammates with a big speech during the warm-up, telling them, "If we don't have the ball, we die." However, Rooney felt his comments were naive, as PSG were always going to dominate the ball at times, and they did end up having more possession than Arsenal. I understand what Declan's saying there, but Arsenal have to understand there are going to be large periods of this game, and next week's game, where they're not going to have the ball, he explained. They have to make sure they are focused when they don't have the ball, stay together, stay compact, and take advantage when they have it. Rooney was critical of the Arsenal fans after the game, claiming that they believed they would walk into the final after beating Real Madrid in the quarter-finals. Rooney also took aim at the Emirates atmosphere, describing it as subdued. Rooney said, "PSG could have won the game by 2 or 3. I was a bit disappointed with how Arsenal played and the fans too. It was subdued. It was like they beat Real Madrid and would walk into the final." Rooney felt Rice was also at fault for Dembele's goal, claiming the midfielder should have covered the space that the PSG star ran into before he scored. "It is a really good pass that broke the lines," Rooney explained. "Arsenal have enough time to recover. Rice makes the wrong decision. He thinks he is trying to cover, but he leaves the space of the danger of where Dembele is. In the quarter-final, the semi-final, those details win and lose you the competition, and today, Arsenal got a lot wrong." Goalkeeper David Raya attempted to highlight the positives for Arsenal after the match, claiming they dominated most of the game following the opening 20 minutes. However, Rooney took issue with his comments and said, "I think what's happened there is Mikel Arteta's probably gone in and tried to be as positive as he can be, and David Raya has given that message back out, because certainly that's not what happened in the game. Arsenal have won just 1 trophy since Mikel Arteta took charge in 2019, beating Chelsea in the 2020 FA Cup final, and Rooney believes their defeat to PSG highlights why the Gunners have fallen short in recent years. I think for Arsenal there's a fear over the last few years, psychologically. There's a fear of not getting over the line," Rooney explained. "They've ran Manchester City close a couple of times in the league. They've ran Liverpool a little bit close. Now they've beaten Madrid and they're close in the Champions League. I think there's a fear. There's a hurdle they have to go over. You need to be successful to build, and that's the only way you can build, is being successful on the way on the journey to the top, and I don't think they're making those steps." Arsenal legend Thierry Henry has claimed Paris Saint-Germain's away win at Barcelona in the Champions League last season gives the Gunners hope for the second leg in France. Ousmane Dembele's early strike at the Emirates Stadium means Mikel Arteta's side will need to win at the Parc des Princes next Wednesday to reach the final. But the French champions lost both of their last 2 home games in this competition last season as they went out in the semi-finals. PSG went down 2-3 to Barcelona in the first leg of the quarter-finals before Kylian Mbappe inspired a 1-4 away win at the Camp Nou, and Luis Enrique's side lost both legs 0-1 in the semi-finals last year. Henry told CBS Sports, "There is another tie. Paris Saint-Germain were much superior, in my opinion, in this match. There are a lot of things that need to change for Arsenal to beat PSG. You never know what can happen. I'm thinking of PSG against Barcelona last season. Everyone thought it was over, but they ultimately won the return leg easily. PSG dominated the first half, but Arsenal came into the first leg more when Dembele was replaced by Bradley Barcola after 70 minutes. As soon as Dembele came off, PSG dropped a bit more," Henry added. "It was easier for Arsenal to put pressure because Dembele wasn't coming and getting the ball. But, yeah, like I said, you're still in the tie. Anything can happen." French media reports today claim Dembele, who also scored the winner at Anfield, will be fit for the second leg, despite getting subbed to protect a hamstring injury. In the post-match press conference, Enrique admitted, "I don't know." The Spaniard added, "However, I can say one thing I've repeated throughout the season. We're a real team. If Ousmane can play, that's better. But if he can't, we'll see a real team, that's for sure." PSG have never won the Champions League and lost their only final to Bayern Munich in 2020. And Portuguese midfielder João Neves said, "We know very clearly that it's not over, it's half-time in both games. We did our best, I'm happy. But it's not yet a party in the changing room, because we know there's one more game." A phase of doubt? No. We know that we're a very good team, that if we put our game together and are focused, it will be the best way to achieve our goals. It's good to be in this situation. You have to know how to suffer, but that's football. Arsenal supporters have hit out at Thomas Partey after the midfielder missed the first leg of their Champions League semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain. Partey watched the 1-0 defeat from the stands at the Emirates Stadium after picking up an unnecessary suspension in the previous match. Mikel Arteta was forced to rejig his side for the home leg, with Partey joining injured players Kai Havertz, Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Jesus on the sidelines. Arteta fielded Leandro Trossard up front, with stand-in striker Mikel Merino dropping back into midfield alongside Declan Rice. Ousmane Dembele scored the game's only goal, finding the bottom corner from a cutback in the opening stages after finding space in the box. Both sides went close, with Gianluigi Donnarumma making crucial saves from Gabriel Martinelli and Trossard, while Bradley Barcola and Goncalo Ramos missed late chances to double PSG's lead. Arsenal fought back after PSG's fast start and had a Merino header ruled out for offside. They weren't far off, but the result left many Gunners supporters pointing the finger of blame at Partey, who was suspended due to a yellow card for dissent in the 85th minute of the 2-1 win over Real Madrid in the quarter-final. That Thomas Partey yellow card in Madrid looks more and more stupid with every passing minute, one fan wrote on X. Another added, "I'm actually raging at Thomas Partey. His stupidity got him suspended and created an 11 with a gaping hole in midfield and an expectation on Rice to play two roles." Brain dead. Others took a more optimistic view, focusing on what Partey will add to the team once he's back for the second leg. "I think everyone has seen how important Thomas Partey is. There's no Arteta ball without Thomas Partey," one fan wrote. "Can't wait to get Partey back in midfield and allow Declan to run at that PSG team next week. Missed Thomas so badly last night," another added. Rice arguably carried Arsenal's biggest threat, with his burst from midfield setting up Trossard's one-on-one chance. But with no Partey to sit in holding midfield, his impact was limited from open play. Asked if his side missed Partey on home soil, Arteta told Prime Video Sport, "I don't know. I think Declan and Mikel were enormous. Partey gives options and a different threat. It gives us flexibility to change the game. It's half-time and we have a big chance to be in the final." Asked if the second leg would be 50-50 in his press conference, Arteta said, "I don't know the percentage, but we have a lot of chances to be in that final. As I repeat myself, you have to do something special in the competition to have the right to be in the final. And the time to do it is going to be in Paris." Gabriel Martinelli described the showdown with Paris Saint-Germain as the biggest game of his life. And it also represents a huge chance for Mikel Arteta to transform an underwhelming season into a historic one. This is Arsenal's first Champions League semi-final in 16 years, and despite all their success down the years, they have been massive underachievers in Europe. That is why Arsenal winger Martinelli regards this as a massive opportunity for this generation to write their name into club folklore. Martinelli said, "It's the biggest game of my life. Since I was 5 or 6 years old, it's been a dream. We deserve to be here, and we are ready. It's an opportunity for our lives. Everyone who loves football wants to play in these games. We have to enjoy the moment and be ready. We deserve to be here. We deserve to win something for one of the great clubs in Europe. We have an amazing opportunity, and we will go into the game believing we can do it. We have this dream, the club has never won the title, and we deserve it because we are one of the greatest clubs in the world. Arsenal were supposed to be the team that stepped up this season and won the Premier League title when Manchester City faltered. But the Gunners, despite still holding second place, have been a big disappointment domestically. The transfers, most notably last summer's biggest signing, £42 million defender Riccardo Calafiori, have not worked. They have been inconsistent and have fallen short. However, Arsenal have been outstanding in Europe and knocked out Real Madrid in the last round, with Martinelli scoring in the Bernabeu. That has continued an amazing record that whenever Martinelli has scored, and he has scored 50 in his Arsenal career, the club has never lost. It is a record that he wants to extend, but insists that he would happily forego scoring if it meant that Arsenal go on to win the Champions League for the first time. Martinelli said, "If I need to run 15 kilometres, I don't score, and we win the Champions League, then I will still be the happiest man in the world. I try to give my best for the team. I don't think about that record, but I know about it. When we play against Vinny and Rodrigo, I know the players need a little help, so me and Bukayo Saka try to help Jurrien Timber and Miles Lewis-Skelly and work hard for the team. We have a huge respect for PSG. We have watched them. We've got an amazing team as well, amazing supporters who will be behind us." Martinelli, 23, who has 2 years left on his current deal, joined Arsenal in 2019 and has been a huge part of Arsenal boss Arteta's revolution at the Emirates. But with that has also come pressure and also competition, as he insisted he is also ready even if Arsenal sign big this summer, with Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams among their big-name summer targets. Martinelli said, "We play for Arsenal. It's one of the biggest and best clubs in the world, so we are used to it. We are a big club, so we need the best players. It's been an amazing journey for me. I've improved a lot, and when I got here we were playing in the Europa League, and now we are in the semi-final of the Champions League. I'm really happy here. This is my home. I love the club. And the club has given me so much, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. The people who work at the club, they have been amazing for me. Everyone has to have their dreams. When I was in Brazil, I knew it could be real. I knew it could be possible and be the best I could be." Martinelli also insisted that Arsenal's men are ready to follow the women's example after their remarkable win in Lyon to reach their Champions League final. He added, "We are really proud of the girls and we want to do the same. We are really happy to be here and we want to go one step further."